So today, not such a bad day.
Unfortunately, though, we do have a winter storm on the way. Now, Mike Arsenault, who's filling in for Kevin, he's feeling a little under the weather. He's probably blaming the fact that we make him go outside. And all
Well, sure, he blames us all the time.
Totally. But Mike is in for Kevin. He's going to be heading to FedEx this morning. Today is their busiest shipping day because I think today is the last day you can send a FedEx if you want to get it to someone before Christmas.
I told Mike to get on the conveyor and take a ride on the conveyors, if he could.
Yeah, that's not a health and safety issue
I guess that he probably won't. But tomorrow is the busiest day at Pearson for people packages.
Yeah.
Like people dressed up.
I think we're actually sending you to Pearson tomorrow.
Oh, good.
You're
Good.
going to do the show
So I can go on a jet somewhere?
Sure.
Beautiful.
Somewhere hot and sunny.
Hot and sunny.
Putting a ticket right in your pocket.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Okay, well, yesterday it wasn't great to be getting around through Waterloo. The meteorological winters began on the beginning of December, but the real, official start to winter is actually Saturday. So there you have it. All right, we're going to take a look at traffic and then get back to your long range. Tom? It's going to start off as snow tonight, transitioning to a little bit of ice throughout the overnight, and then tomorrow morning we're looking at rain. Now we are going to be seeing more precipitation coming in on Saturday. Unfortunately, this could be snow mixed with freezing rain depending on where you sit in relation to that warm front. Trying our best to get organized this morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Geez, kicking wires out of the way. It's just crazy around here. Boy.
It's because we have this impending storm, so everybody's really busy trying to figure out exactly what's going to be happening, when the timing of this is going to be, what type of precipitation it's going to be, and it looks as though we're getting everything.
And you know how we have that right now? Well, right now I got big problems on the highways I'm going to show you in a few minutes. It's just a mess.
All right, well, let's take a look at our current temperatures.
And out through the KW area and looking at Barrie, but the sun will be out.
That's the good news, right?
Yeah.
The calm before the
Sure,
storm.
that's
get
right.
out, enjoy the sun, get
That's
some
right.
shopping done. If you can get all your shopping done today.
Pick up some rays.
Yeah, you going to do some tanning?
No.
Maybe in Waterloo yesterday people were out tanning. You think?
I don't think so.
Not so much, eh? And starting tonight, we're going to see snow and ice pellets and rain. And I'm going to break it all down for you in your long-range forecast. But first, Tom, tell us about those. We're sitting right now into the warm sector. So tonight, when the precipitation starts, we are going to start off as a quick shot of snow, and then it's going to transition through ice pellets and then rain throughout the day tomorrow. For Saturday, that's where it gets really kind of messy. We are going to see some snow. We are going to see the risk of some freezing rain, and it's really all going to depend on where we sit in relation to this warm front. If the warm front is south of us, if we're just sitting north of it, that's going to be more of a snow event. But if the warm front tracks a little bit further north and we're sitting to the south of it, that's going to be more of a freezing rain, ice pellet rain event for us. So regardless of what type of precipitation we see, it is going to be messy all weekend long before it starts to taper off late in the day on Sunday. Going home, Roscoe the dog gets another happy ending. The storm that's stalking the eastern half of the country. And it's already been a stormy week. Squalls off Lake Erie and Georgian Bay had snow flying in southwestern Ontario yesterday. And that's just the first wave. Now, I'll sort it all out for you over the next 20 minutes. But in short, be ready for a messy weekend. Here's a story that had two happy endings, and both of those happy endings are for this 3-year-old dog named Roscoe. Such a great story. All right, we'll talk about the weekend system. We'll really break it down in just a few moments. But first, I'm going to turn things over to Tom Reynolds. He has a look at your morning commute. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you've gotten the majority of your Christmas shopping completed. Hopefully you've gotten all of your Christmas goodies baked and put away, and you've hit the grocery store for that last time. I know that's not realistic. No one has done that, but if you can do most of it today, that would be a great idea, because we do have a series of winter lows moving through southern Ontario for the next few days, starting tonight. Now, we are going to see a little bit of snow switching over to ice pellets, and then temperatures warming up, so we'll see some rain tomorrow. And then the misery starts. The real misery starts. Friday evening and into Saturday, we have the potential for some ice pellets and snow, and then it's going to transition into a prolonged period of freezing rain. So this is how it plays out. The low moves through southern Ontario overnight to Saturday. We'll see a little bit of a lull. But if you can look really closely at the different types of precipitation, it all depends on where this next warm front comes. So the warm front associated with this next low that's going to be moving through southern Ontario, if the warm front sits right over Toronto, that's going to be the beginning of prolonged periods of freezing rain. If we are going to be north of this warm front, it's going to be more of a snow event. If we're south of the warm front, it's going to be more of a mixing freezing rain, ice pellet rain event for us. So it's really going to depend on front placement with this system. But regardless, as you can see, we're seeing a lot of precipitation and none of it is going to be pleasant. So overall, it is going to be a very messy weekend. Everything will start to taper off on Sunday. Snowfall amounts look like this, very minimal for the Toronto area as of right now, but if that low tracks north, or south of us rather, that's where we see more snow. And then the rainfall amounts, again, about 5 millimeters, but again, that's really going to be track dependent. All right, it's the time of year where we try and find Kevin Yard. He's teaming up with Ontario Travel, and tomorrow he is going to be at Mount St. Louis Moonstone, and it's going to be a free ski day. All you need to do is bring in a perishable food item. Such a wonderful initiative, and Kevin Yard, hopefully he puts on a pair of skis and we can see him ski down the slopes. All right, I'm going to turn things over to Tom Reynolds right now. He has an update on your morning commute. And it's already been a stormy week. Squalls off Lake Erie and Georgian Bay had snow flying in southwestern Ontario yesterday. And that's after a weekend that brought many of us our first big snowfall. The next blast of wintry weather has us in its sights. It's expected to bring precipitation starting tonight. Exactly what kind depends on how far north it tracks, and that's just the first wave. I'll sort it all out for you over the next 20 minutes. But in short, be ready for a very messy weekend. Here's a story that had two happy endings, and both of those happy endings are for this 3-year-old dog named Roscoe. So cute. All right, today we've got Mike, our snowy filling in for Kevin Yard, and he joins us at FedEx. Now, this is one of the busiest days for them, Mike. Now, is it today the deadline, or is tomorrow the deadline for getting your packages sent? Good morning. Thanks for joining us. It's Thursday. It's the 19th of December. 2 days till the official start to winter.
Oh, man. I tell you, we've had a dandy fall so far. I've got disasters happening out on the highways.
Oh.
The 401, both eastbound and westbound, is in big trouble. I'll tell you about that coming up, so stay tuned. It's a real mess.
All right, let's join Mike. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
Let's join Mike Arsenault. He is at FedEx this morning, and it's one of the busiest travel days, as well as trying to get your Christmas presents wrapped in the brown paper and shipped so they make it by Christmas. Thanks, Mike. All right, I want to thank Dave for sending in this great shot of a snowman in Oshawa. Yeah, we've certainly had enough snow for it, but how did you get it to pack like that? Because I don't know, my snow is not like that kind of texture. Anyways, it's a great shot. We would love to see your stuff. Upload your pictures to upload.theweathernetwork.com. We'll break down the messy weekend coming up in just a moment, but first, here's Tom with the mess in the traffic situation. Okay, that's messy, but this is messy too. We are going to be seeing precipitation starting tonight, as snow and ice pellets, and then transitioning to rain as our temperatures warm up throughout the day tomorrow. Now, overnight and into Saturday, we are going to see snow. We're also going to see the potential for 12 hours plus of freezing rain. Now, what's going to happen is it really is going to be front dependent. If we are north of the front, it's going to be more of a snow event. If we're right along or just a little bit south of the front, it's going to be more of an ice pellet freezing rain kind of event. But the good news is that it all clears out by Sunday afternoon. Hi there, good morning. Thanks for joining us. It's Thursday. It is the 19th of December. We're actually 2 days away from the official start of winter, and we're going to get slammed with a winter storm.
Well, on Saturday when winter arrives, it's going to arrive really with a vengeance.
It really is.
Oh, boy. We've been getting hammered, haven't we? Really, the whole North American, really all of North America is getting slammed.
Yeah.
We really have.
Yeah.
So, shovels. It's good for selling shovels and sweaters.
Well, what were you going to buy yesterday for your feet?
Oh, spikes. Yeah.
You'll need the spikes. Freezing rain is on our forecast.
Isn't that great?
And a lot of freezing rain.
Yeah.
We could actually see, 1 to 2 inches of ice accretion.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. Power outages, possibilities.
But you better stock up on salt, too.
Yes.
Salt.
And sand.
And sand.
And kitty litter.
And kitty litter.
Okay, let's join Mike. He is at FedEx this morning. And, Mike, I thought they were going to put you to work. That's amazing. Thanks, Mike. But you're not supposed to be starting your job and then walking away from it. God, we only know where those packages have gone. All right, your long-range details are coming up. Beautiful shot from Dave in Oshawa. Send your pictures to upload.theweathernetwork.com. Here's Tom. Now, it's starting tonight as snow and ice pellets and then transitioning to rain throughout the day. Tomorrow, we're going to transition back into a messy mix, and that is going to continue all weekend long. Now, the low moving in for Saturday. When we get into that warm sector, it's really going to depend on where this front is sitting. If we are north of the front, we are going to be seeing more snow. If we're south of the front, that's where we can see that freezing rain mixing type of potential continuing all through Saturday, Saturday night, and into Sunday. It is going to be a messy weekend. Going home, Roscoe the dog gets another happy ending. The storm that's stalking the eastern half of the country. And it's already been a stormy week. Squalls off Lake Erie and Georgian Bay had snow flying in southwestern Ontario yesterday. And that's after a weekend that brought many of us our first big snowfall. The next blast of wintry weather has us in its sights. It's expected to bring precipitation starting tonight. Exactly what kind depends on how far north it tracks. And that's just the first wave. I'll sort it all out for you over the next 20 minutes. I'm going to be talking to one of our meteorologists here at the Weather Network. But in short, be ready for a messy weekend. Here's a story that had two happy endings. Such a great story. All right, it is time for holiday shipping. We join Mike. He is at FedEx this morning. They've put him to work. He is busy getting your holiday gifts out to friends and family right across the world. Mike, how's it going? Hi there, thanks for joining us. The last weekend before the Christmas holidays, so many people are going to be out getting last minute shopping done. They're going to be going to holiday parties. They've got friends and family flying in. Today is one of the busiest days for FedEx. It's also going to be one of the busiest days for Pearson. Traveling this weekend, Doug, is going to be a mess. By the way, joining me is meteorologist Doug Gillum, and we're going to break down this system for the weekend.
Well, today is the quiet before the storm. So if you can get out and do some shopping and those last minute things that you need that you're going to put off to the last minute for Christmas.
Because everybody does it.
Right. I sure do. Yeah. So get out this evening and take care of those things.
Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Okay, it's true.
It is totally true. Look at Tom, everybody. Okay, so tonight we are starting off with a shot of snow, transitioning to potential for freezing rain, and then temperatures warming up tomorrow.
That's right. This is as we look across the GTA, we're going to see considerable variation from south to north. As you go from Lake Ontario up towards Barrie, a big difference. And we're also going to see a lot of back and forth in the system. It's not a straightforward scenario where you can say we're going to start as snow, go to ice pellets, freezing rain, and over to rain. There's going to be a lot of back and forth, especially the 401 corridor south. The further north, Barrie to the north, we're looking at primarily snow, 5 to 10 centimeters. But here right in downtown Toronto, Oakville, up to the 401, we're going to start as snow, go to rain, probably go back to
ice pellet.
Right. It's everything tomorrow. So it's going to be a mess both for the morning and the evening commute.
Okay, so this is not going to be an all-day rain event because we were previously talking about how temperatures were warming up to 2, 3. At times, we were almost getting a forecast of about 8 degrees. So that's dramatically changed. And so now it is not looking like an all-rain event. It's going to be a messy mix pretty much Friday, Saturday, and into Sunday.
Right. Now, Saturday is our driest day. It's sort of the break between systems. One system goes by, a little bit drier on Saturday, but then late Saturday, Saturday night, look at the the mix right through the GTA.
It's not good.
Down towards Niagara, mostly rain. Barrie to the north, mostly snow. That puts us right in the middle with a big mess for Saturday night and Sunday.
Smack dab of uncertainty. We love it. Okay, so regardless, it is going to be a very messy weekend. Can you just tell us this one thing? The temperature gradient between rain and freezing rain, what does that have to be?
Well, it can be just a tenth of a degree. 0 versus plus 0.1. Now, this shouldn't be a major ice buildup on the roads right in the GTA, but you're not going to have to go far north, and freezing rain will likely be a problem late Saturday night, Sunday morning.
All right, speaking of slippery roads, we're going to join Tom Reynolds right now. He has an update on your commute. More on the Roscoe story is coming up in 20 minutes. Right now, we're going to take a look at that system to watch. It is not going to be a pretty weekend. We are going to be seeing snow and rain and freezing rain and ice pellets. It's not going to be the type of weekend you want to be running around. Now keep in mind, of course, this is the last weekend before the Christmas holidays, so everybody is going to be running around. And everybody that says, oh no, I'm all prepared, they're not. They're not. They still have that one or two last thing to run out and get because they think they're prepared, but they forgot to get the eggnog or something, you know? All right, so what's going to happen tonight? The precipitation is going to start as an initial shot of snow mixed with the potential for freezing drizzle mixed with rain. It's really going to be temperature dependent, and it's really going to be front dependent as well. So what's happening for tomorrow afternoon is we've got this low cruising through. We are literally going to be going back and forth between different types of precipitation with this system. The next system that comes in is going to develop throughout the day on Saturday. Now, we'll get a bit of a lull to start the day, but then throughout Saturday afternoon, that's when we're going to see some snow. We're going to be seeing some mixing. We're going to be seeing some freezing rain, and this could be prolonged periods of freezing rain as well. It will all start to ease on Sunday, and then by Monday, we're either going to be digging ourselves out or chipping our way out, literally from some ice accretion. It's really going to depend on where that warm front is going to sit for the longer period of time. All right, we'll talk about this coming up again. We're going to check in with one of our meteorologists, but first, here's Mike. He's at FedEx. Good morning. It's Thursday. It is December the 19th. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Weather Network, where we are Canada's #1 choice for complete and accurate weather. And this weekend is going to be an absolute write-off.
And, well, it is. I mean, it was such a mixed bag. I mean, Doug was trying to tell us exactly how this is going to happen, but it's such a difficult system because it's going to be a mixture of everything. So, and there's different lines where it's going to be worse than others.
It's going to be temperature dependent. It's going to be dependent on where that warm front is going to sit over the GTA. Yeah. I mean, it is kind of safe to say that the Niagara region will see more rain than, say, Barrie, because they're going to be into more snow. So anywhere in between there.
Disaster on the highways right now, big problems, so I'll show you that coming up. And into the weekend, it's not going to get much better.
All right, well, we join Mike Arsenault. He is at FedEx this morning in Mississauga. And Mike, they've been putting you to work. You've been busy getting everybody's gifts out and on time this morning. And what are you up to now? Are you standing on the tarmac, or what's going on? Are you going to fly a plane? Thanks, Mike. I'd like to showcase this great picture from Dave in Oshawa. Beautiful snowman. He's pretty cute, isn't he? All right, well, if you've got pictures and want to be part of our morning show programming, all you need to do is upload your pictures to upload.theweathernetwork.com, and we could show off your snowmen too. All right, here's Tom now with that mess on the highways. It's messy. Starts tonight. We are going to see an initial shot of snow and then some ice pellets, some freezing rain, and then rain as temperatures get a little warmer. Throughout the day tomorrow, it is going to be messy. We're going to be sitting right along that warm front, so we can see rain, we can see snow, we can see freezing rain, ice pellets. It's not going to be a good day for being on the road tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening, so both commutes not looking great. By Saturday, we're actually going to see a lull in the forecast, which is nice. We'll see a bit of a break. By the afternoon, new low pushes in. Again, we're going to be right along that warm front, so it's really going to be track dependent. If we stay north of the warm front, it's going to be primarily a snow event for us. If we stay south of the warm front or have that warm front right across the GTA, that's where we're going to see that prolonged period of freezing rain. Ice accretion is going to be very messy on the road. So just, if you can get it done, get all your shopping and last minute running around done today. I know, not realistic. It's almost like a movie. Coming up, the incredible journey of Roscoe the dog.
Enjoy your morning and the show.
Well, good morning. It is Thursday, and Emily's on her way into the studios. It is a fairly tricky forecast, and we've got lots of details to fill in over the next, 36 to 48 hours.
The reason I was late was because I was sitting in on the briefing that happens every morning at 7:30, and I was getting the updated Ontario forecast. And the last words that I just heard our briefing meteorologist say was a lot of different things are going to be falling from the sky.
Yeah, well, you've had Doug Gilman with you already, and he really is taking a close look at this, as our meteorology team is. It's a very difficult forecast, so we'll be looking at it all weekend long.
We're going to head out to Mike Arsenault, who joins us live this morning at FedEx. And Mike, you've been put hard at work this morning, and you keep saying that you're going to board the plane. Is this what we're going to see now, a little tour? I think you have to have a baby first, Mike. I think that's how the rules work. All right, Dave sent in this great shot of a very cute snowman in through Oshawa, Ontario. The snowman might look a little icy by the end of the weekend, and we'll talk about that in just a few moments. If you want to send us your pictures, we'd love to see them. Upload.theweathernetwork.com. Okay, Tom, we were talking about a very messy 401. How's it faring out now? It starts tonight. We've got some mixed precipitation moving in through the GTA. We are going to see a little bit of snow. We're going to see a little bit of ice pellets. We're going to see a little bit of rain. It's really going to be temperature dependent at this point. By tomorrow, it is going to be back and forth, literally. That's why Doug was saying we're going to see a lot of things falling from the sky. We're going to go from snow to rain to freezing rain to ice pellets to freezing drizzle. It's really not going to be a good commute tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon. Now, Saturday, another low moves in through the GTA. Temperature dependent, again, depends on where you are. Barrie, it looks as though you're going to see mostly a snow event. If you're down into the Oakville area, it looks as though it's going to be more of a liquid event for you. So more rainfall in the forecast, clearing out by... Hi there. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. I'm Emily Vukovic. A very significant winter storm is on the way for the weekend. It's going to start tonight. We're going to start off by seeing some mixed precipitation. We've got snow. We've got a rain-snow mix. We have got ice pellets, and we have some freezing rain. Now, how it's going to play out, it's going to start tonight, continue throughout the day tomorrow with, honestly, all of those different types of precipitation throughout the GTA. If you're traveling through the GTA, don't be surprised if you see some snow, and then it changes to rain, and then all of a sudden you get further north and you've got some freezing rain, and then you travel further south and you're back into rain again. It's really going to be one of those systems. The next low moves in for Saturday. This one is also going to be bringing in a huge mix of different types of precipitation. Here's the snowfall forecast, and it looks as though that in the Toronto area, downtown core, less than 2 centimeters. Areas further north than that, it's going to be mostly a snow event for you. So if you're in Barrie, you can expect about 10 to 15 centimeters of snow. The closer you are to western shores of Ontario and shores of Erie, you're going to see primarily rain. But look at the city of Toronto, again, less than 5 millimeters of rain, because we're literally just on that fine line. We're literally sitting right on that warm front as of right now. So there is the potential for some serious ice accretion areas just north of the city. That's the kind of system this is going to be this weekend. Now we'll talk more about your long-range forecast. I know this is such a busy weekend for people getting out. Holiday shopping, Christmas parties. It's not going to be a good one to be out on the roads. We'll check in with Tom for today's commute. But first, let's check in with Mike Arsenault. He's at FedEx this morning. And Mike, are they actually letting you fly the plane?
Nature is brought
Hi there,
to you
good
by
morning. Thanks for
Lotto
joining us on
Max
this
plus
Thursday.
Max Millions.
It is the 19th
Take it
of
to the
December.
max.
We are going to be seeing such a winter mess coming in starting tonight.
I've just thought, folks, we've got a real good escape route for getting presents. You can just tell everybody, I couldn't buy presents because there was a big storm coming.
No, that makes it even worse, Tom.
Does
if
it?
you're planning on getting away with it because you're a man and
Yeah.
you do all of your shopping,
I was just thinking the guys, you
minute,
could say, well, there's a big storm coming.
no way. That is the worst excuse ever, because then we're just going to say you're procrastinating, and that is not an acceptable excuse.
I had to buy you a blender because I couldn't get anything else. How's that?
But you couldn't make it to the diamond store, but you could make it to the
make it to the
department
diamond store because there was too much freezing rain.
Nice try,
Okay.
Teresa. I don't buy it.
Don't worry. If I bought her a blender, I'd wear it.
Yep, I'm sure you would. Okay, we're going to join Mike Arsenault. He's in for Kevin Yard today, by the way. He's at FedEx in Mississauga, and they've really put him to work. They need all the help they can get at this time of year. But, Mike, I think you're doing a great job. Thanks, Mike. If you want to be like Dave and show off your snowman building skills, all you need to do is upload your picture to upload.theweathernetwork.com, and it looks as though this snowman is going to be icy by the end of the weekend. We'll talk about that in a moment. But first, Tom, how's the mess on the 401? Still major delays? Yucky's a good way to describe it. It will start off as snow tonight. We could see some freezing rain mixed in with that, and then maybe even some rain as temperatures hover around the freezing mark. These next series of lows that are moving through southern Ontario are going to be so temperature dependent. It's really going to be the difference of rain or freezing rain for many areas throughout the GTA. Now, the closer you are to Niagara for Saturday and into Sunday, it looks as though it's going to be primarily a rain event for you. If you're closer to, say, Barrie, it looks as though it's going to be primarily a snow event for you. But anywhere in between, it's going to be that messy mix. And it really is just going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. We're not going to see one straight type of precipitation through the GTA all weekend long. The good news, it clears out by Sunday afternoon, Monday morning commute. Hi there, thank you for joining us. I was just singing the Christmas tune, Oh, the Weather Outside.
outside is frightful.
But
No, we're not going to. No. I'm not going there.
Tom?
I can't remember all the words.
But the fire is so delightful.
Oh, of course it is. I remember them now. I've got a good memory. It's short. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, the weather outside this weekend is certainly going to be frightful. We've got snow, we've got freezing rain, we have got ice pellets, and we have got regular rain all on the way starting tonight.
But I'll be in front of the fire where it's delightful.
You will be.
I will be.
Well, no, you're working tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then you're going to be commuting and all that.
But then once I get up to the cottage, the fire goes on. That stays on.
Okay. We're going to get to all those details in just a few moments, but first we're going to check in with Mike Arsenault. He's at FedEx in Mississauga. They've put him to work, and Tom, I think he's buying you a blender.
Thank you very much, Mike. Bring me a couple of blenders, will you?
All right, thanks so much, Mike. If you would like to be Dave and show off your snowman or person making skills, send us your pictures. We'd love to see them. Upload.theweathernetwork.com is where you can send them, and we can showcase them just like this on the morning show. All right, messy weekend forecast ahead, but first, Tom, what's going on the roads? We'll start off to see the precipitation of snow tonight. That's kind of our initial shot. And then we're going to see the potential for freezing rain as well as rain through the overnight and throughout the day tomorrow. It is literally going to be a mix of all three throughout the day tomorrow. So your morning commute is going to be just as treacherous as your evening commute. Keep that in mind if you're heading out. By Saturday, we're actually going to see a little bit of a lull. We're going to see a bit of a break overnight into Saturday. But then by Saturday afternoon, new low moves into the area. It's really going to be temperature and front dependent. What I mean by that is that the warmer our temperatures are, the better chance we have of rain and freezing rain. The colder our temperatures are, the better chance we have of freezing rain and snow. Now, as it looks right now, the warm front is just going to be sitting right over the GTA, so there is a good chance that we could see prolonged periods of freezing rain, ice accretion on power lines. Not going to be good, so take it easy this weekend if you do have to travel. And by Sunday and into Monday, things have cleared out. So as we get closer to the last weekend before the Christmas holidays, we have got a wicked weather environment really setting up. We've got systems coming in tonight. We've got a system coming in on Saturday. And joining me is the expert meteorologist, Doug Gillum. Now, Doug, a lot of people are going to be out traveling this weekend. They've got last-minute gifts to get. They've got groceries to buy. It's not going to be a good weekend for travel, is it?
No, not at all. Now, Saturday certainly looks better than Friday or Sunday.
Okay, so that's good news.
Yes, some good news, though conditions could still be icy from what happens Friday night.
Okay, so we're going to start off tonight. Tonight, we are going to see the potential for snow, ice pellets, freezing rain, and rain. The temperature gradient is going to be just so close to zero that we can see everything.
Right. Any point location could see a wide variety of things falling from the sky over the next couple of days. Oof. And as you travel around, you're going to encounter a wide range of conditions. A big difference as you go from Lake Ontario up to the northern part of the GTA, Barrie. The further you are from Lake Ontario, the more we're concerned about frozen precipitation, more freezing rain and snow. The closer to Lake Ontario you are, the more likely you'll see rain and freezing rain. But we're going to see probably snow here even into the city as well, mixed in at times.
Okay, so now as we go through Friday, the morning commute is going to be a mess. Evening commute is going to be a mess. We get a little bit of a lull overnight into Saturday. So this is where you're saying that Saturday getting out to do stuff is probably going to be your best bet. But then the next low moves in.
Right.
The warm front sitting quite close to the GTA, and that's going to cause a whole mess of problems on its own.
That's right. Yeah, one of the keys on Saturday is while conditions will be dry, it'll be the coldest of the days, so anything that's been wet on Friday night will be frozen on Saturday, and then an incredible temperature gradient setting up for Saturday night into Sunday. We're going to be probably 15 degrees on the south shore of Lake Erie versus below zero here in the north shore of Lake Ontario. And so quite a mess setting up across the area. Concerned about a stripe with a significant ice storm, most likely northern GTA or just outside of the GTA, where significant accumulations of ice are expected.
So the good news is that all of this really starts to clear out for Sunday and into Monday. So the Monday morning commute, even though it could be a little slippery, should be better.
Right. Much colder temperatures, but we finally dry out for the few days going into Christmas.
All right. So there you have it. If you could get all of your shopping done today or early in the day on Saturday, that would probably be your best bet. Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on the Weather Network. We are Canada's #1 choice for complete and accurate weather. I'm Emily Vukovic. It's Thursday. It is the 19th of December, and temperatures today are relatively mild. We're actually going to get above the freezing mark. That's going to be good news because today is the calm before the storm. Today is the day you need to get out, get all your running around done, get all your Christmas shopping done, get all your grocery shopping done before the weekend because it is going to be messy. We're talking about snow. We're talking about freezing rain. We're talking about ice pellets and rain. So it's really going to be a mess, and I'm going to break it down for you in just a few moments. But first, let's check in with Mike Arsenault. He joins us live this morning from FedEx in Mississauga. And Mike, they have put you to work. Now, are you trying to make extra money to pay for some of those Christmas presents, or what's going on?
And how did I do?
You did a pretty good job, Mike. So if this doesn't work out, come work for me.
There we go. Emily, see, we got a part-time job, so I'll get you your Christmas gift. No problem. You and Tom. Back to you guys in the studio.
Great. Okay, thanks so much, Mike. I think Tom said something about wanting a blender, maybe, I think. Okay. Messy system over the weekend. We are going to be seeing precipitation start this evening. We could see an initial shot of snow and then mixed with some ice pellets, freezing rain, and then rain as temperatures hover around that freezing mark. Now, that will continue throughout the day tomorrow, so don't think that you're going to get away with a messy commute to work tomorrow and then a decent one on the way home. The one on the way home is going to be just as bad. On Saturday, we see a little bit of a lull Saturday morning, but by Saturday afternoon and evening, a different area of low pressure moves through. And again, that warm front is going to be sitting close to the GTA, where we are going to see some mixing, some freezing precipitation, as well as some snow. So a very messy weekend throughout the GTA.